Hello everyone, it is me, MrSneakyy, and we're back at it again. So this is part 3 now of the tier list, guys. If you've not checked out parts 1 and 2, I'll put the video description in below with all the links where you need to go. As well as everyone, remember, I am doing a 250 subscriber giveaway currently. If you're looking for that, again, link will be below on how to enter with all the instructions and how to participate yourselves and all the, info on the giveaway, right? So now we're on part 3, as I say. If you've not watched part 1 or part 2, I cover the epics and the legendaries individually, so you can see a very fair, analysis on each of the heroes against each other, so you can see where they are currently kind of in the meta in my view. But now we're going to go over all the heroes, because when you go over all the heroes, a lot of it does change. A lot of it has its own reasonings why. We'll go through Hosk at the first start, because Hosk, for me, is one hero that, for free-to-play players, is an F tier, because obviously we're not ever gonna be able to access him, because you're gonna have to hit VIP. I think it's like 10 and above to finish buying, or to start buying him, and then to start unlocking all of his skills. But if you are a whale, or if you're actually a decent spender, that you're gonna get him over time. Yeah, he's definitely S plus still. He's one of the best heroes in the game. He deals so much damage to a march. He applies the fact that he's overall. You can put him with infantry. You can put him with archers. You can put him with your cavalry. You can even put him with your mages. I've seen it happen before. And no matter where you put him, that match always deals an absurd amount of damage. It always does an absurd amount of counterattack damage. It's just a really powerful match. So I'll put him at the moment in F tier. We're gonna just change this so it is F for not free to play friendly. As you can see, not free to play friendly, because obviously he's suspended. I'm going to put Lilia here as well for the guide. But if we're talking about for you spenders and you whales who do have a 5111 Lilia is a very great investment, and she's an S tier hero because of it. But obviously, if you are able to spend and unlock all of her skills, she's also a S plus hero. She does an absurd amount of AoE damage, and pairing that with a Waldea at the moment is a great combo to put together. And you might be able to argue with the new hero Fear that she might be a really good combo to put with Lilia too. But again, like I said, she is not free to play player friendly. You're going to have to spend some money on her. But if you are willing to spend some money on her, she's definitely an SS plus hero. So just remember that. I'm just going to keep her in the F hero, because she's not free to play player friendly. You have to spend money on getting her, right? So now we're going to look at all the heroes, and we're going to put them all together. So let's mix it up a bit. We're going to go across, and we're going to put, here is Guanwin. Guanwin is an S tier hero, even when you compare her to some of the other heroes in the game, because of the pairings that you're going to see later on. When you put Guanwin in any of the archer marches, especially an expertise one, the amount of damage you put out as a single target march is just obscene. The poison, the normal attack damage buff, plus the marksman buffs that you get from attack and defense, it's just great. And her skill 1 is a very great skill. People just don't understand that it's a staggered burst. It's not 800 damage direct. It's 800 over time, so she deals the same amount of damage as an Atheist in single target, but it's not a burst, it's over time, like I say. So she's a very great hero. She's definitely worthy of the S tier for me in all the game, all the heroes in the game. And then we'll put the march that normally you pair up with is Neeko. Neeko is an S plus hero. For an archer, he covers everything you need. If you're going to look for someone like Craig, and we'll put Craig in here, we'll cover everyone in their respective roles. When you look at these 3 heroes, basically Craig is a really good hero. You don't have to obviously try and invest into him straight away and expertise him straight away, but leveling him up is at a great level up hero. The ability to fly, as well as dealing AoE physical damage when you expertise him, is actually absurd. Also, with the patch with Neeko on 1.12, his attack speed's been taken away, so the amount of damage you can actually pump out with a Neeko plus a Craig is actually really good. It's a really burst heavy archer march. while if you look at Nico and Guan Wen as more of a continual damage march, right? And that's why at the moment people are preferring Guan Wen. They're kind of preferring the continual damage over the big burst windows for marksman, and that's fine. Like, that's the current meta for marksman. That's how it rolls, right? So that's currently where you would place all the archers, in my opinion, in the current meta. And now we'll go over the infantry heroes. We'll go and put Bakar where he's deserved in do not use in the D section. He's just not used anywhere. I just don't see Bakar's used unless it's very, very, very early game. And even in the very, very, very early game, he's really good at only killing patrols. He's not really good on the open field. He's not good anywhere else like raiding. He's just kind of there. So I would not really use him if I could. I'd try and avoid him. Obviously, if you've picked Wilderberg, you're going to expertise him fast, which means you're going to get a decent amount of scrap heads to invest into like epic sculptures or gold keys down the line. But apart from that, it's just like, for me at the moment, I think they need to address him and maybe change him up a little bit, because him having pure damage actually is a big hindrance for him over the fact that he can create some sort of tanking capabilities, because he isn't. He's more of a bruiser. So that is Bakar. Nika is definitely up here. I don't know if she's definitely better than Craig. Obviously, we're gonna say all the legendaries are better than the epic heroes in terms of damage and so on. But when you're looking at like effectiveness, when you pair them up together, she's definitely an A class hero. When you looked at the legendary list, she was definitely a B hero. But when you're looking at everyone in a vacuum as well, and she's expertise, an expertise Nika with an expertise Madeline is just top notch. The amount of damage that you can sustain because you're hiding behind the Madeline as the secondary hero with Nika, you deal a load of damage and a load of single target damage, and you reduce their health. So it's a really good and powerful combo that I know a lot of players that are rocking infantry have been telling me about. And like I say, we'll put her up there because we were just talking about her, Madeline. So Madeline, again, with the Nika, she's just such a good hero. And the fact that with 1.012, they've changed Madeline so that you got rid of the skill 4's counter-attack damage and then put basically a detonation burst on her shield when it breaks, is very powerful. And the amount of times that's going to get triggered, especially with the rage regen you have with Madeline's tank tree, she's top tier. She's one of the best, if not the best, infantry march that we're going to see, I think, in the game for a long time. She's very, very good. When you look at Garwood, again, Garwood, I'm going to actually keep in B tier. He's only used, and I've only ever seen Madeline and Garwood used. I've never seen anyone else use Garwood anywhere else. You use Elena Garwood for like merit farming, so that's another thing. But Garwood himself is only used as the main tank for raiding, and that's why he's in the B tier. If you're looking to be the main tank player, again, you want to be running a Garwood with a Madeline, or like a Garwood with an Elena. These two combos are really powerful combos, but again, his role so far from what I've seen is primarily used as a raid tank and the main tank line for it. And sometimes you use the whales, use him as the garrison, which is good for like keeps and passes and stuff, which is fine. But again, when we're looking at like the general use for a free-to-play player and maybe a low spender, a 5-1-1-1 Garwood is perfectly fine. You know, he does his job, he heals, he sustains, and he gives your infantry march that just bit of tankiness that it needs. And to be fair, that's all you realistically want. He's basically Richard the First, so if you could consider Richard being useful at 5-1-1 instead of 5-5-1-1, then you can see the same argument for Garwood. So that is now all the infantry like users gone, and now we'll go into the cavalry, because the cavalry is quite simple. For me, Bakshi is in the S tier. Obviously, he's better than the Guanwen. Emery is up here in the A tier. The thing with Bakshi, his skill is basically Nevsky's skill. He has a random casino dice on skill 4 when he rolls the dice and gets either healing damage bonus or counter attack damage bonus on one of the free chances. Like, this March actually pumps out so much damage. And if you tried and use a Bakshi and Emery's rally, it's even better. And the thing is with Bakshi, and why I prefer Bakshi over Emery's, is Bakshi has the cavalry and the skill tree, while the Emery's has the cavalry and mobility tree. And the thing is, the skill tree is one of the best trees in the game, and it deals so much damage in that, with the fact that you can skill crit and you can increase the skill crit damage. So for me, Bakshi definitely S tier, and then you have Emery's in the A tier. Again, I'd definitely put Emery's higher than Nika. I think he's definitely better than Nika in all regards. He's better at dealing damage. He's better at getting in and out as well, which is really important. So these two guys, if you're looking for a cavalry pairing, is really good. Alistair, I'm going to put down into C tier. I just don't think you use him. I've not really seen Alistair used that much, and the matches that do use him generally get absolutely melted. He is good in the fact that he deals a decent amount of AoE damage and he provides offensive stats, but he just doesn't provide anything defensive that is actually relevant to your match that you can feel on the open field combat. And like I say, when you compare him with the other two you can pick, it's just not even close. It's not even the fact that, like, the other epic heroes that you can see above, like Gwanwyn and Craig, their damage they're dealing is absolutely nutty, and it's almost on par with a legendary heroes. Same with, as you can see, when we go into the mages. But when you come into the actual Alistair, I don't like him. I just don't think he's good. I might be proven wrong, and someone might, show me the light. But the current state of the game, he's definitely C tier. I just would not have him in my major lineup in my murder ball of 5. So now we're gonna go over the mages, and the mages we have, obviously we have Lilia in the F tier just because of the free to play player aspect. When you look at everyone else, Waldia is an S plus hero. He's basically the equivalent to Sun Tzu. He's almost a mini legendary hero. The fact that all 4 skills he has are relevant to him. He has a 600 damage factor that's applied to 3 units, so technically it's 1800. It scales up with magic attacks, so you can deal even more. He also reduces your attack by 20%. He also reduces your movement speed. He also increases his own skill damage bonus. He also increases his own magic unit health and attack bonus, and he also gives himself a 600 damage shield on skill 4. Like I said, the more you talk about him, then you understand why he's an S plus hero. He is actually obscene, and the fact that you compare him up with many different heroes in the mage category and in the overall category is a very powerful thing to have. So definitely an S plus hero. We're not even surprised. You guys know we're not even surprised. So that's pretty much Waldia. When it comes to Atheist, though, Atheist I'm going to put in the B tier because, like I say, he does do an insane amount of single target damage, same with Gwanwyn, but we've not really seen it in the light as Gwanwyn, right? At the moment, he can potentially deal the same amount as a Gwanwyn if you put him behind the Waldia. But is it any better? We don't know. Most of the time, as you're going to see, we have an Alwyn, and Alwyn is an A-tier hero because of it. He shares very similar archetype with Waldia by giving himself health stats and attack stats, as well as he slows down the enemy, and then when the enemy is slowed down, the enemy has a chance to take more damage. So there's like loads of little things that these two work together perfectly well, and that's why you see Alwyn in the A tier and why these two worked very, very well together, right? And now we come to, as I'm going to call them, the overalls. These are the overall heroes, similar to Hosk, that can be incorporated with any of the marches so far. But as you can see, we have almost one of each category. We have 2 mages, we have a flying unit, and we have a melee unit. So we'll go over Elena first. Elena, for me, is actually S tier. She could argue her down to A tier. The reason why I'm going to put her in S tier is actually the fact that Elena, compared to someone like Loha in Rise of Kingdoms, Elena provides you with so many good stats that when you slap her with anyone, Elena with Nika, Elena with Craig, Elena with Emery, Elena with Nico, like you can name anyone, Elena and Garwood, whoever you pair her with, that match is already tankier, and it already has great sustain, and just the little bit of damage it deals is just decent to give you some decent trades as well. And the fact that you get her through the Alliance event, so you can get her really fast and you can expertise her really, really quickly and get the full benefit out of her. She's definitely an S hero because of that. The accessibility on her and the fact that she provides you with all the necessaries you need makes her just really, really desirable. And as you'll see in a lot of open field combat videos and a lot of videos on streams and stuff, Elena's always there. You see her currently always used, and that's in the current format in the game. Obviously, this is going to change over time, but she's insane. So now we have Pan. Pan, I'm going to place down in the B tier, only because we haven't seen too much of Pan. She's just come out, and the fact is that her abilities seem very supportive. The thing is, a Pan and Alwyn combo, meaning Alwyn is the primary user and using the control talent tree, could be something we see in the future, and it'd be a very cool, supportive, epic build that you could run. But at the moment, we haven't seen, obviously, her in use, and her actual abilities, they're cool, don't get me wrong, they're cool, but they're not super game changing that you could actually argue anything higher for her, in my opinion, right now. I don't think she's trash at all, but I don't think she's going to be absolutely busted or game breaking, but she's definitely going to be decent and great, and that's why she's in this tier here, right? So now you get to the two legendary heroes, and you have Indis and Fear. So I do apologize. The Indis, I think, it's going to be in the C tier and almost creeping up to the B tier. The thing is with her, if we put her in the B tier, it's arguing that you could invest your XP bucks into her and feel good doing so. And the thing is, I don't feel like you can right now. Being a support player could be something desirable in the future for free-to-play players, maybe, and low spenders. But as of now, it is not. And you don't really have anything that you're going to try and abuse. There is some artifacts that you have that can definitely do this. So you could run a Indis and Fear combo, or a Indis plus Pan, Indis plus Alwyn combo. Any of these mage combos basically together with the artifact that when you apply it reduces a defense break in an area. It's just all supportive debuffs and buffs that you're applying to your allies and enemies. So it could work in the future, but the current state of the game is not being used to that effectiveness. So for me, she's going to be a C tier hero. The thing is with Indis is she's free. You're going to get her through the Dragon Trial, so over time she's going to be amazing. And hopefully when we do get expertised Indises on the field, we're going to see how powerful she actually is. And I think that's going to change a lot on the meta. But at the moment, as we see her in like a 5-1-1-1-1 state, she's just around C tier. She's a great gatherer. You can level up really quickly with her. And that basically is it with Indis. So I'm just going to leave her there. And then Fear, when you compare Fear, though, Fear is definitely an A-class hero. She might be even higher up. She's definitely better than the other two heroes in this category. And the reason why is, again, kind of like Elena, and we could maybe push her into this S tier if we were going to be greedy. But we've not got the data to push her in, and this is why I'm placing her in the A tier for now, for first impressional use only. The thing is with Fear, she does give a great amount of stats. All the stats she gives are great. She gives you skill damage. She gives you skill damage reduction taken. She also gives you a shield. She also shields her allies. She gives you a massive attack buff. So she indirectly gives you more damage. So the fact that you can pair her with a Madeline and get this shield and get this combo off and shield allies is amazing. The fact that you can do this with a Bakshi or a Nico or a Lilia or a Hosk, or like you say, as you can see, you can pair her with so many heroes that she might be the new go-to. People thought Indis might be the go-to hero, but I think Fear is going to be the new go-to flex pick. And the fact that she's flying too is a very interesting aspect, because now you can run Fear and Atheist and have a complete flying magic march. You could also run Fear and Craig if you're the Wilderberg and run a complete flying marksman unit abusing the skill damage bonus off the Wyvern Riders plus her. So there's a lot of cool setups you can do with her, and that's why I think she's definitely A tier. And that is the conclusion. That is my list, as you can see where I've put everyone. This is for mainly free-to-play players. If you're now at the end of the video and you've enjoyed it and you're a spender and you're looking to spend, like I say, I'm just going to now move these guys up. I'm definitely going to put Lilia in the S tier because of the fact that she, even as a 5-1-1-1-1 commander, she is absolutely nuts. And you can put her here if you've maxed her out. She just does unrivaled damage. But I like her in the S tier. She's kind of like the gatekeeper of S tier if you're a spender. But if you're not a spender, like I said, there is the F tier for those two heroes. But that is the complete list there. As you can see now, that's the final list. I hope you enjoyed it. That is my opinion on everything currently, and this is on the patch 1.012 update that's gone live. This is everything up to date. Obviously, because people have been looking at my old one, and that was towards the end of season 1, right? So, if you enjoyed the video, smash a like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I am doing a 250 subscriber special. Remember, you need to be subscribed to enter and fill out the form, as you can see in the video description below. That will be in there. But yeah, if you need anything, smash a comment below on your views. If you think I've got a lot of it right, if you want to disagree, that's cool. You know, we can have an open discussion on it. But that is the video. Smash a like, comment, and subscribe, guys, again. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.